Hey guys, so for you guys who don't know, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. I watched it in the mid 2000s. I think I was in middle school when I first saw it. And it's not only in my opinion one of the greatest animes of all time. If you're looking for an anime to get into, this would be it. It doesn't suffer from the other shit that like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or any of those others suffer from, like those fucking filler episodes. You know what I'm talking about. There's always got to be several thousand zany episodes where it has nothing to do with anything. You know, the beach episodes. There's always got to be a beach episode. Dragon Ball Z had the freaking episode with Piccolo and Goku having to learn how to drive. Naruto suffers heavily from filler episodes where episodes they'll just follow characters around and, oh god, I have to perfect a new technique, but I don't know if I can. Yu Yu Hakusho doesn't suffer from that. Everything they do, it just seamlessly transitions to the next arc. So the first few episodes, Yusuke gets killed by a car, and the first few episodes are him trying to come back to life, and that flows into the Genkai tournament, where you're back to life, and you can sense, you can see demons and all that shit. So now you're a spirit detective. So now you got to go fight this demon who's trying to take Genkai's special ability, in which case they could probably do anything with it. So they go to the whole Genkai thing happens. Evil bad guys defeated, and then he has to stay there for like 6 months for training, and then the very next episode is after that 6 months, and then he's like, oh yeah, I've learned a bunch of special powers, and then suddenly they find that humans have been possessed, and then we learn that those humans who have been possessed by the Makai insects, which come from Spirit World, and wouldn't you know, those are the next big bads, the people sitting out the Makai insects. So they've got to go to Spirit World, go to May's Castle, and defeat the four Saint Beasts. After they defeat the four Saint Beasts, they come back to Earth, and what did you know? A mysterious videotape shows up from Koenma, and he's like, "This is your next big assignment. You have to save someone." So then they're going. So it all just seamlessly goes. There's no filler episode, and you could say there's no beach episode. They're on the beach at the very end of the final episode. They're on the beach. So this is not the live action thing they're talking about. This is, I think, is the stage play, which I saw the Naruto stage play. It's actually really good, and it's funny how Koenma that looks exactly like Koenma. So they picked a really good actor for that. Their hairstyle, like with Hiei and Kurama, you can only do so much since Hiei's got that Vegeta look. His hair's spiked up. I think they could have made it a little bigger, but Yusuke looks like Yusuke. But here's the thing. So it says, breaking, live action Yu Yu Hakusho series coming to Netflix worldwide. Stage play pictured, obviously. So if it's a Japanese made live action, now people can say, it for them it's a mixed bag. With the Japanese, sometimes depending on the source material, like the Death Note ones are actually okay. There's one site where it's got like every single Death Note series, movie, and I watched every single one of them, watched every single episode, and they're okay. There was one where they made L into like this cocky playboy looking kind of guy, but more, and also Mello and Nier were the same person. Like Mello was like this alternate, alter ego of Nier, which I thought was really fucking stupid. But it was still enjoyable to watch. Then you have like Attack on Titan and Berserker, and I think Cowboy Bebop is being made. But for Japanese, it's a mixed bag. English, the Americans cannot adapt Japanese source material. Case in point, Death Note. That fucking horrible Death Note movie. Now, William Dafoe as Ryuk was probably the highlight of the movie. Anytime he was on screen, he stole the spotlight. He was amazing. Now, I think they made Ryuk kind of like represent Americans because they like made him short, short, not shorter, but like kind of chubbier, like Americans are. Whereas you see Ryuk is like this towering beast in the anime, where he dwarfs any human walking around, and he's thin and slender, and he can like contorts, and like, I need apples. So, but William Dafoe was the best part of that fucking movie. Fucking Light Turner, Mia, a black L who uses guns. Come on. So Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, this has been around forever. This is one of those ones that have been around since the early '90s. A lot of people are like, "Who asked for this?" And others are like, "Oh, well, people in Japan." It's like, show me people in Japan asking for this. And then you have like, I live in Japan and no one is asking for this. And rightfully so. I mean, like I said, especially with this, there's so many freaking elements to it. As you can see, and this is, like I said, this is the stage play. But I mean, all their powers, you've got his spirit gun, you've got Kuwabara's spirit sword, you got the rose whip. And just for CGI, just for stage play, and just for the picture, the CGI looks pretty good. But how's that going to translate to a live-action adaptation? Now, I just finished watching the series again, like the other day, all 113 episodes. I watch it once a year, or more. That's how fucking good it is. But what are they going to do? Because like I said, there's arcs, obviously. So, and each season is only usually, 12 episodes long? So, where's going to be the ending point? So, are those 12 episodes going to be based, the first season, going to be based on just, Yusuke trying to come back to life? And then, the final episodes are going to be maybe the Genkai tournament? But then that means the fights would have to be rushed, and that's one thing you don't want to see, because these guys, like Dragon Ball Z and a lot of other anime, have these special flashy powers. You got Yusuke and a spirit gun, and you want to be able to see them. Rando, who is the first main villain, has the powers of 99 psychics. Who's he goes around finding psychics with special abilities. He kills them, takes their abilities, and makes them into his own. So, in the series, he's got they showed Circles of Inferno. He has this little chant where he can make the person smaller, and he picks up Kuwabara and he crushes him, and he's got spirit threads where he can make threads that can't be broken, almost like it's like spider silk. He just and it comes out of his mouth, and it wraps around person, and you can just kind of swing him around. And he's got this wind sickle type thing where it's this whirlwind of air and energy, and when it hits you, it releases air from your body, and it creates little slices, and it's just really painful. And he eventually uses Yusuke's spirit gun against him. So, all these amazing powers you want to be able to see. You don't want to be like, oh, 2 episodes and it's done. You want them to show them. If there's going to be a big budget for this, you want them to show special abilities. Now, you have ones like Kurama, where his can be, obviously, very practical, rose whip and petals, and not all the time, since his whip can cut through anything. But then you have Hiei, who usually uses sword, but then later on he uses the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, Fist of the Mortal Flame. He can focus the dragon into a sword. Then you have Kuwabara with his spirit sword, and then he can do things with that. He can make it longer. He can wrap it around itself and hook it together. He can turn into a fly swatter, like he did against Elder Toguro. And then later on in the Sensui arc, he's able to get a sword that can cut through fucking dimensions. So now Koenma, he doesn't have really any special attacks that we see apart from him teaching Yusuke the spirit gun. We don't actually see him firing it or anything. But then in Sensui's arc, the pacifier you see in his mouth is actually a conduit almost for his spirit energy. And over the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, like the 700 years that he's lived, he's been sleeping his energy into that, and he uses it against Sensui to try to seal up the barrier between demon world and human world. And it's the Mafukin, so it's like this barrier that pretty much nothing can escape from, except if you're the villain of that arc and you need a plot point to go somewhere else to set up the next arc. Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho, great series, great manga, great anime. I'm afraid to see what's going to happen when it turns into a live-action anime or a live-action adaptation. And this is one reason why I'm glad they haven't made, like, I don't know, a Zelda movie yet. Because I just feel like, and especially now the Japanese don't worry so much about this, but if it's an English adaptation, someone's going to be black, someone's going to be transgendered, someone's going to be gay. Now, Kurama, there's throughout the series, there's already things with him like, oh yeah, is he really a girl? And I think they poke a few times with lines themselves. Like one of the last episodes, Kurama gets, or Hiei tries to give Kurama his little pearl, his jewel that his mother had given him. Okay, so Hiei and his sister, their mother, when their people give birth, they cry when they give birth, and their tear crystallizes into a jewel, and the jewel is then given to the child. So Hiei has the jewel, and he has his, and he had his sister's, and he's like, oh yeah, give this back to her and tell her his brother's dead and blah blah blah. But Kurama's like, Hiei, I value our friendship and everything we've been through, but I'm not interested in you like that. Just to kind of poke fun and say, hey, he's really not, he's not gay, or he's just a guy with very feminine features. I think in the same episode with Kuwabara and Kurama sitting at the train station, a couple girls walk up and they notice that Kuwabara is there, and they think that Kurama's his girlfriend. And then he's like, no, he's a man. He's a tough one. And then they said something about, oh, we didn't know you swung that way. So they're just little jokes about it. But what was I saying? Fucking Kurama. How English adaptations, I hope the English don't get a hold of this. They will fucking destroy it. Like I said, Yusuke is gonna be like this black, transgendered. Actually, no, it's gonna be a woman, because women's can be spirit detectives too. In which case they can be, because there was a spirit detective who was a female. But Yusuke is gonna be a black female because black empowerment. And Kuwabara is going to be transgendered with they, them pronouns, and Hiei is going to be lovers with fucking Kurama, and just no. Please do not let the English get a hold of this. Botan's not going to have blue hair. That's another running thing. Making fun of Botan's hair color. They say that she dyes it unnatural colors, and then Koenma eventually is... one of the episodes, Yusuke's like, what's the matter, Botan? That you run out of your hair dye? And Koenma comes on the little video or on the screen. He's like, Yusuke, that's Botan's natural color. There's no sense making, making fun of her. Keep bringing it up. So they have some running jokes with hair color or Kurama's femininity and stuff like that. But yeah, don't let the English get a hold of this. They're gonna take it. I mean. And look at Death Note. Death Note is a simple enough concept to understand. You have a Death Note. You write name inside the Death Note, and someone dies. How did they manage to fuck it up that badly? Now, I understand you got the Shinigami with Ryuk and Rem, which Rem didn't even fucking show up. But how the fuck do you mess something like that up? It's a book that kills people. It has source material that's very popular. How do you mess it up? Oh, they wanted to Americanize it. Well, that's the thing they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. It's okay to make something based in another country, but still have it English. And have it American. If it was, they could have made it Americans living in Japan. But no, they just took the source material and just like all over it. That's what they did. But so Yu Yu Hakusho, interested to see. I don't even think it's even begun production yet, so it's probably going to be a while before we see this. Yeah, if you guys want an anime to start with, or an anime that you haven't seen before, Yu Yu Hakusho definitely, like I said, it's, in my opinion, one of the best animes of all time. And for the reasons, like I said, it doesn't suffer from any kind of holdback like Dragon Ball Z and some other animes, like with the filler episodes. That's why it's only 113 episodes. There's no fucking filler. Each episode leads into the next. The end of each arc leads into the next arc. It doesn't, oh hey, we beat the big bad, let's go to the beach, or Goku, you need to learn how to drive. Or my mom's been haggling me, I need to learn some new jutsu, but I can't because I'm not that kind of person and I don't want to do that. It's bullcrap. But anyways, yeah. 16 minutes, goddamn. I could sit here and talk about Yu Yu Hakusho all fucking day. That's how great of an anime this is. Anyways, that's it for me. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.